We all know many theories from a various of analysis how the life of the main six might look like in a world without first Sonic Rainboom. But I think we should also ask the same question about all the major villains that Twilight and company faced so far. It's not an easy task because some of them we know little to nothing about their motivations, and the only source of their backstory are the IDW comic book series Friendship is Magic. Yet, we can still predict some possibilities. At first I thought the writers will just replace the main six with new wielders of the elements of harmony, but later I came up with the idea that maybe they will do it a little bit different. I remember another Doctor Who episode, which would be a better example from in my previous video. Specifically, I'm talking about Turn Left, where basically a very small change in the past caused a huge impact on the future, causing all the catastrophes that being stopped by the Doctor to happen all went different. And then I realized that this is a better way to write the alternate reality for villains. I mean, replacing main six would be easier, but altering all the events would be more logical. Good example is Discord. Out of all the villains, he is the one who would be the closer to direct hit by the removing of Sonic Rainboom, and all because Cutie Mark Crusaders. How is that possible? Let's do a small timey-wimey analysis. If we change the fate of the main six, it will also affect their surroundings, and family is the first to get hit. By changing future, it is possible that CMC might never meet each other, which result in no Crusaders and in further result, no arguing next to Discord statue. Back then, his prison was weakened, but it was a disharmony between Crusaders that woke him up. So naturally, if there would be no Crusaders, most logical way is to Discord still being a stone statue. Still, you can alter them with another arguing ponies, but it would be just forced to bring him back in alternate timeline. In case of other villains, their appearance is also related to Sonic Rainboom, yet not as direct as Discord. Rather, it's just their relations with the main six. In case of Nightmare Moon, there are either two options. She is defeated or not, by some new wielders of the elements of harmony, because in this case it's must. But it also could be just Celestia herself, rather than making her student doing the job. And I have this strong feeling that in alternate timeline, she will be banished to the moon again, because the replacers will see no other options. Bigger problem is Crystallis, because in her case, if we remove Twilight from supervising the preparations for wedding, there is no pony to show her true identity. Naturally, there can be no Cadence and Shining Armor couple, but from what we know, they seem to know each other for a long time, even longer than first Sonic Rainboom. And we can also presume that Shining as Royal Guard is not related to Sonic Rainboom too. That basically means Crystallis might partially succeed with her plan by kidnapping Shining Armor and leaving Cadence in those crystal caves below Cartoon Lot. But that might be too dark for a kid cartoon. One thing is for sure, if the writers will replace Twilight with other pony who accidentally know both Cadence and Shining Armor as well as Twi, it will be no logical, even for MLP standards. Yet there is also Sombra, the hardest one out of all the villains, all because we know so little about his motivation, and the only source of it is the first issue of Friendship is Magic. Yet the events in Crystal Empire are related to Canterlot Wedding, because basically, without defeating Crystallis, Crystal Empire will have no protectors, making it easy for Sombra to conquer it. Right here, there is again, need for some pony to defeat him again, but in this case, he will be just banished again, which means the Crystal Empire will be gone. Again! And there is also Kirok, which is also hard to predict, all because his escape from Tartarus was a consequence of Cerberus leaving his post. So the easiest way to deal with him might be by making Cerberus not leaving his post, yet the easy way is not always the best way. Or maybe he can leave his post, but making Kirok either not escaping his prison, or making other ponies noticing his escape and capturing him before he causes any trouble. After all, initially there were supposed to be no escapes from Tartarus back in Season 2. But even if we talk about villains, we should not forget about other threat, Discord's plant. Seeing how easily it captured Celestia and Luna and kept growing, I see no other possibility than putting another wielders of the elements of harmony, or some pony bring them back to 3. Without it, it will cause a major continuity issue, as the event not being connected to the first of Sonic Rainboom. And last but not least, we have Starlight Glimmer, which probably in this reality will keep growing her code peacefully with no interference. That also can mean she will move it sooner from the middle of nowhere and resulting in some sort of civil war in Equestria between ponies who doesn't want to give up their cutie marks and those who have taken the bait of equalization being the source of true friendship and happiness. But again, even if we count some typical plot formulas, there are so many ways to handle the alternate fate of villains. For me, it's currently 50-50 chances between easy way of replacing main 6 and logical way of altering all those events, mainly due to the fact it's not easy to show both alternate destiny of main 6 and how miserable Equestria might be without them. Sadly, as much as more logical the alternating is, I'm afraid of riders taking an easy way, making replacers falling into Starlight trap and being brainwashed. Still, I would like to hear your opinion of how the villain's destiny might look like in a world without first Sonic Rainboom. Maybe you have some other ideas of their events being altered. So, until next time, thanks for watching.